Merry Christmas. Merry kiss my ass.
Ding dong. Ding dong.
Ding dong dong, that is the song with joyful ring. All caroling, one seems to hear words of this cheer from everywhere, filling the air. Oh, how they come, raising the sound, going the bells, telling the tale. Really, they ring. All people sing songs of good cheer. Christmas is here.
You a merry, merry Christmas. You a merry, merry Christmas. You a merry, merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Merry kiss my ass.
Live from Cool Boys Central. Hold your dicks and rub your tits.
You'll be ice cold.
Here come the Cool Boys.
Just a young boy.
So cool.
So cool.
So cool.
Oh, it's a good boy.
Lumpy. Hey, Lumpy.
Ballard, you're probably the healthiest of the three of us.
Yeah, as across from the both of us is this Adonis of an Italian man. Just
Yeah, who shits once every
there.
4 months.
that's because
healthy.
his body is so pristine. It just doesn't require shitting. He is perfectly designed to absorb all nutrients.
I like that idea.
Lots of good-looking people die extremely young. James Dean, Paul Walker.
James Dean did not die because of bad body issues. He died of driving a car too fast on the 46.
Same with Paul Walker.
And what happened to it? What happened? His body died in the car. Unhealthy.
Just like anyone's would in a high-speed crash.
Not John Goodman's.
So guys, what are you drinking tonight?
I'm going to drink an entire bottle of wine this episode just for the fuck of it. I'm drinking a very expensive brand named Charles Shaw.
Oh.
Ooh.
$2,000 Chuck, it's called sometimes.
Yeah, they still call it $2 Chuck, but it's now $2.99, so it's no
like-
longer
yeah,
like
$3.
$2 Chuck.
Oh, Chucky.
Fucking playing with my emotions.
What are you sexy bitches drinking?
Well, tonight for our holiday special, I am drinking a spiked eggnog minus the eggnog.
Whoa! I love it.
I'm drinking bourbon on the rocks.
You put bourbon in the eggnog? That's weird. I think brandy or
Well,
rum
I'm
go in
drinking
eggnog.
Scotch
spiked
or rum,
eggnog with black spiced rum.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. That's right.
Everyone's prepared tonight. So it's going to be a great holiday episode. I hope Cool Boy Nation's ready to fucking have their dicks blown off and their ass cheeks spread wide.
Merry Christmas, Cool Boy Nation, and welcome to a special holiday installment of the Cool Boys podcast.
You worked
Merry
holiday in
Christmas,
there.
Happy Hanukkah, and that is all. No other holidays. We're going to be...
No Kwanzaa?
Nope. Not real.
Wow.
No Happy New Year?
New Year, we'll have episodes before New Year, and New Year's special. And New Year's for
Okay.
everybody. It's also only New Year's for specific cultures. China has New Year's in different times.
They do. I like Chinese New Year.
I like Chinese fire drills.
Is that like a conga line?
Ding dong.
I
ding,
hope so.
Dong. Wish you a merry, merry Christmas. I'm Frosty, the Felk Man.
I'm Silverbell's Ballard.
And I'm apparently North Pole Smoker Nolan? How come I got the gay name?
Nolan, you know why. You're the gay one. You're the gay cool boy in our boy band. I'm the handsome one, and then Felk's the one that can actually sing, and then takes care of everybody.
I'm the brains.
Yep, just like Joey Fatone.
Yeah, just like Joey Fatone.
Fat one. On this special Cool Boys episode, we'll be bending over, spreading it wide, and getting in the holiday spirit as we discuss our 12 films of Christmas and all the fabulous boners they have given us. But first, we have some Cool Boy updates. So, gents, what have you been up to?
Well, before we get into our updates, let's get into that postmortem for the last episode, which is called Dirty First Job. So, guys, I just want to say I appreciated, Nolan, you cut that episode, and I had to appreciate your use of the 80s synth soundtrack for us that made it feel like I was listening to like in an 80s movie about these guys' cool first day on the job and all their wonderful hijinks they're going to have. And I loved it. I thought it was a great episode. It was a train wreck to record, but it was a great episode.
Yeah, it turned out okay. So, Cool Boy Nation, go listen to it if you haven't to. I mean, I like that the episode pretty much turned into an episode about me talking about my butthole.
Yeah, I still don't
And
fucking
you
get
guys-
that at all.
And you chime in.
Have you found it yet? Do you know where it is now?
Maybe, no. But the episode's an hour, or a little bit over an hour, and I think 40 minutes is spent about butthole talk. That's just
Absolutely.
a guesstimation, but I think it's accurate.
So that should bring us to Noli, your update. Noli, have you taken a shit yet?
Yeah, so the last episode we talked about, I almost had to give myself an enema. I finally pooped right after we recorded that episode. I actually pooped twice
Good for
in
you.
one day,
Yes.
and it was glorious. Ballard, I sent you the audio. You can play it now.
You recorded the audio of your poop?
And besides just spraying fucking shit all over porcelain, Ballard, you were sick last episode, and now I'm kind of sick.
Oh, did I get you sick?
You gave me a virus through the internet.
Ah.
Okay, I was wondering if you guys had actually interacted.
Well, I suck Noli's dick every once in a while, so I mean,
yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
during my dick sucking. That's when I learned that I only like to look men directly in their eyes when I'm giving them blowjobs.
Unless they have a chrome face.
If they have a chrome cock, I can look at myself just in the chrome cock, because it's not about me looking you in your eyes. It's like a mirror. I'm looking at myself because I want to be looking at myself, giving myself a blowjob.
You've given a lot of thought to what it's like to suck cock.
I bet it's
Yes.
really sausagey flavored, like Italian flavored. Nolan's, I'm assuming.
Have you guys actually ever thought about sucking like a dick? What it would be like? It would probably be weird. Like,
Yeah, I actually don't know what it'd be like. Would it be like sucking your finger?
yeah, like what enjoyment? I get why girls don't want to do that often. It must not be enjoyable.
When I was 14, I managed to suck the tip of my own cock, so
Oh,
What?
elaborate.
I was
I
flexible.
think we have an episode topic change here.
No.
Sucking our own dicks and how to find them.
No, I hurt my stomach pretty bad, all the reaching.
You did? Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Question: does that make you gay if you can suck your own dick?
Yeah.
No.
Phil says
yeah.
yes.
I'm
Ballard
gay.
says no.
Well, see, having never sucked my own dick, I don't know. I would assume no. I think it's just like it'd be like a hand job. It's
No,
not
it does.
gay
It
to
makes
give
me
yourself a hand
vicarious.
job.
Which means that if you insult me, it's a hate crime. So be careful.
I think it's more like curious, not bi-curious, just curious.
yeah.
Like, what would it taste like if I sucked my own dick tip?
Confirm for curious.
Curious.
Explorer confirmed. Phil, what have you been up to?
What have I been up to? Fuck, so goddamn much. Something happened tonight, and I'll get into that. But a few quick updates. First and foremost, my mattress kind of got fucked up, broken with some activity, and I ended up buying a new mattress. And holy shit, do I need it? Did I need a new mattress? I bought a fucking Beauty Rest. I got the exact same type they have at the W Hotel.
Oh.
Black Label. And
Oh.
so apparently, I now realize that the fact that I woke up every morning with back pain for the last 6 months, just because of my mattress, I am getting effective sleep now. I'm having dreams. I'm remembering dreams. I'm having real sleep. It's completely. I'm no longer horrifically depressed. It's completely changed my outlook. No,
You sound great.
I
You
feel
look great, too.
I feel great. I look forward every night to
You
going to
should.
sleep because I'm actually sleeping and I'm having such vivid, real dreams. I also did a little holiday spending thanks to Amazon's deals, and I've kind of been in the process of completely voice automating my apartment. I've got Cortana.
Nice.
Hey, Cortana. She's listening. Hey, Cortana. Hi.
Yep, works great.
No, not. Hey, hold on. Hey, Cortana. Hey, Cortana. Hi.
You know, I can go get Alexa
She
for
said
you
hi.
and have her turn her on for you if you would like.
Alexa. Hi there.
Hi.
She said hi too. And then
I love
yeah.
Alexa. I think she's wonderful. And
I'm deciding which one's better. I'm getting the lights next. I've got a Fire Stick, so I can start saying what's on the TV and just put it on there. I'm deciding between Cortana, who's a lot flirtier, and Alexa, who's a lot more business, and I'm just completely cutting that cunt Siri out of the process because she is a prude. Siri doesn't want to talk to me at all. But Alexa?
Sorry, I can't tell what is playing.
Alexa, Simon says I want to suck your dick.
I want to suck your dick.
She wants to suck my dick.
Oh, you did it.
And then finally, it took me almost, I wasn't sure if I could even podcast tonight because I was in nightmare traffic due to the fact that Los Angeles, for the 8th time this year, is on fire. So that was fun.
2017 really is 1996.
Mm-hmm.
Cue the Demolition soundtrack.
Don't mess around with the Demolition Man. It's a song. Tyler, what's your update?
I don't really have an update.
Guys.
Uh-oh!
Guys. Rapid fire. Would you rather blow 12 German terrorists on Christmas Eve or have a threesome with the Grinch and Jack Skellington on Halloween?
I guess blow away terrorists on fucking Christmas Eve would be amazing.
No, you're
That's like a Christmas,
you're blowing them.
wish.
Yeah, you're blowing them, not blowing away.
Oh, not blowing them away? Oh, shit. Well, then the other option was what? I had to fuck a whole bunch of men?
I'd fuck
No, have a threesome with the Grinch and Jack Skellington.
Jack
on
Skellington's
Halloween.
a skeleton. He doesn't have a penis.
Yeah, so you're fucking his pelvic holes, I guess.
He's got stuff.
No, he doesn't.
I think you guys are missing the important part of this
Have you ever
question.
He
seen
has a boner?
skeleton? A skeleton?
It's
That's why he has
Christmas
a
Eve-
boner, Felk.
Yeah, it's a boner. It's a hard boner. That boner might hurt. You know, that's gonna be a really hard hurting boner. See, Christmas Eve, you're getting drunk, you're getting loose. Halloween
With the Grinch?
Yeah, no, Halloween's the Grinch and Jack Skellington. On Halloween,
Oh,
you're
you're right. So
You're
Christmas
fucking
Eve, yeah.
eating candy. You're getting jacked up.
The date is
you
not a factor to me.
Oh, it's everything to me. I can get drunk and probably suck off 12 dudes. It's happened.
I'd rather fuck 2 than have sex with 12.
The threesome with the Grinch, I don't know what the Grinch's cock looks like. I think we're going to find out later.
It's like
Jack
his dog's
Skellington-
cock, it's lipstick probably, because he's furry.
Oh, lipstick dick. Interesting.
Yeah.
and
He's
I don't
naked.
like that at all.
So, I mean, it's got to
I
be
guess I'm
mostly
blowing
internal.
terrorists.
I think
How
I'm
many
blowing
terrorists do I have to
12
blow?
German terrorists on
How
Christmas
many?
Eve.
How many?
Huh?
How many terrorists?
12.
They're not terrorists,
Well-
by the way. They're thieves.
What kind of terrorist are you? Who said we were terrorists?
Who said we were terrorists?
And they're German. They're all German.
They're all German. German, it's an important factor. They're German.
Who said we were terrorists?
So are they all circumcised or not circumcised? What's it like in Germany?
Not
This
circumcised.
is not rapid fire. This isn't rapid fire. I'm sorry.
It would be if we could move on. Let's move on now, please.
What's their answers? I'm sucking off 12 dudes.
I will do the.
I need to know if they're circumcised or not. It's very important
Jesus
to me.
Christ, Ballard. Okay.
I guess
They're not
it's
circumcised.
privileged to
No.
fuck the
'Cause
Grinch and Jack Skellington.
Germans
There's too many
hated the
variables with
Jews.
that.
Jews are circumcised. I'm going to assume most Nazis were not circumcised. I'm going to assume most 12 German terrorists are not circumcised. Although they're not terrorists, I don't know what Christmas movie you're referring to.
Who said we were terrorists?
I know a movie in which German thieves try to steal money from a building pretending to be terrorists, but they're not
Yes,
actually terrorists.
that's right.
Who said we were terrorists?
Hey,
Who said we
Yeah.
were terrorists?
Who said we were terrorists?
So
Oh,
that's all I'm saying. I'm gonna do the Grinch and Jack Skellington.
yeah. I think that's a privilege.
You enjoy those duck cocks and fucking skeleton cocks up your ass, okay? You enjoy
Yeah,
that.
not duck cocks. It's not a duck cock. That's a screw. It'd be more like lipstick dick.
Don't be
I
hostile.
think the Grinch has a screw dick. It's definitely it's wild.
It's like a duck stick.
Let's move on.
Anyway,
Duck
moving on.
sticks are so gross.
Oh, totally. Would you rather roast Rudolph's nuts over an open fire and eat
Yeah.
them,
Yeah.
or have Jack Frost nipping at your asshole and stuffing his frosty balls in your nose?
I guess I'd eat deer nuts.
Yeah, I'll eat deer nuts. I bet that's like something that they do in like Iceland.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
do that one too, because I'm not sure what Jack Frost would be doing.
Why is he
Sounds like
shoving his balls in my nose?
I feel like
That's a rude move.
Bear Grylls considers deer nuts like a regular Tuesday, and
Oh,
he's
Bear
It's
Grylls.
reindeer, and they're special. Reindeer nuts are special.
I
They're
love
magical.
Bear Grylls.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Move on.
Bear Grylls. We should do an episode about Bear Grylls. You guys know why he was fired?
Oh God.
Because he pretend. Oh, he was such a badass.
Hold it for the next episode when we ever do a Bear Grylls topic episode.
Okay.
Don't waste the material here, Felk.
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course
don't
not.
waste it.
I think we're all eating roasted deer nuts. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, Ranger nuts.
And by the way, it's a fire I made, so I'm proud of it.
They fired the guy because they were like, oh, he faked things. Like when he fought that snake, he fought a python, and then he killed it, and then he cooked it, and he ate it, and they're like, oh, that was fake. And I'm like, oh shit, it was fake. How was it fake? Like, oh, they didn't find the python. They brought it in, and it's like, but he still fought it, or not a fucking like a venomous snake. He's like, he still fought it and ate it. Yeah,
Pythons are
it's like,
venomous.
who fucking
The
cares?
constrictors.
Yeah.
He's also done things like there was one episode where he's like, oh, you see these lava bridges? They're so fragile. If you step on them, they could break immediately and fall to your death in this pit of lava. And then he like steps on the lava bridge and he's like, oh, and he gets over the bridge real quick. He's like, oh, and then all of a sudden it cuts on the YouTube video if you watch it to old ladies crossing the lava bridge on a regular basis because it's a tourist lava bridge. And then the camera pans around and it shows a highway just driving behind him. So this magical, like, tropical island with a lava bridge that he was crossing was actually like Hawaii and like a famous lava tourist bridge.
Well, guys, I have news for you.
I don't think he claimed it was magical.
It's television. Anyway, moving on.
This land is magical. Like, no,
It's a
not.
magical lava bridge.
All right.
And finally, would you rather drink eggnog being poured down Yukon Cornelius's crack and into your mouth, or let Hermie the elf pull out one of your teeth?
I don't know who either of those things are.
Herbie, for sure.
What is Yukon Cornelius?
Who am I? The name's Yukon Cornelius, the greatest prospector in the North. This is my land, and you know, it's rich with
Dong.
Yukon's the guy that goes like, there's gold!
gold, gold and silver, silver and
Dong.
Silver and gold.
Phil, have you never seen the
Silver
Rudolph
and
Claymation
gold.
Christmas special? Yukon Cornelius, big beard, fucking Canadian, just has his fucking pickaxes. He's on an adventure. Hermie the elf's an elf who just wants to be a fucking dentist.
No.
Doesn't ring a bell.
No, not at all. Not at all.
I'm taking Herbie.
I grew up Catholic.
I trust Herbie.
We talked about Jesus around Christmas. None of this fucking secular humanist shit.
You know, I'm taking Hermie just because I don't like eggnog.
Hermie or Herbie?
Hermie, I think. It's Hermie. It's Hermie the elf.
Herbie's a car. Herbie the love
Yeah,
bug.
you know, drinking eggnog poured down a guy's ass, it doesn't sound like the best thing in the world.
No, and I'm sure he's removing my tooth because it's like infected or got like a fucking cavity or some shit.
Yeah, but if it's also Yukon's ass, you know, that he's been places. He's dirty. He's a man.
First of all, being friends with Yukon Cornelius is not something you should be going around telling people. Okay?
He's a weird individual.
I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking. Is this foreign? What is this? I
No,
don't
this
know.
is the American Rudolph the Reindeer fucking special that airs every year on like TV.
Well, Ballard Felk hates Christmas, and we're going to get
I
into
do.
that right about now.
Bah humbug.
Cool Boy Nation, if there is a would you rather you would like us to discuss on a future podcast, please email us at thecoolboyspodcast at gmail.com, because that has happened so many times. Well, cool boys, I don't think you can get a more topical would you rather than that. Time to move on to our Cool Boys show topic.
Report preliminary findings.
Not worried about her. We gotta keep him gagged.
Cool Boy Nation, pop your cocks and drop your tops.
It might be interesting and important for you to know.
It's time for our Cool Boy show topic.
Hey, I like that.
Spoilers. So cool. And now, a reading from the Book of Felk.
It was a hot, humid Christmas Eve in Houston.
Oh.
I sat alone in my room, gang-banging myself with candy canes. 2 in my mouth and 2 in my teenage ass. You know what they say? Got dick on the brain? Slam a candy cane. But then, my asshole plugged tight. No erection was stirring, not ever so slight. My rad rod was hung, but now I must quote, and hope that Santa Claus would have my cock jammed down in his throat. My shaven teenage testicles were all snug in my sack while visions of dildos went in and out of my crack. When out on the lawn, I heard furious fucking. I sprang from my bed and knew dongs needed sucking.
What?
When what to my glorious shaft should appear? Santa Claus and mesh, boots off, socks on, looking queer. His nips, how they sparkled, his ass cheeks, how spread. His boner was a ragin', his asshole bright red. His dick-sucking lips made the shape of an O, and his magical taint hairs were white as snow. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and filled up my ass, reached around for a jerk. He pumped and pumped as I felt tingling in my toes, and after giving a squirt, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh and bent over once more, shouted, "Come on, Felk, make me sore." So I engorged my cocky cock and tore his bodacious butthole with might. Came everywhere shouting, "Happy Christmas to all, and to all, a good night."
Wow.
Well, that was my first time meeting Santa. What about you guys?
Wow. I met Santa once, and it was definitely not that. That was wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I was just blown away because, I never heard that saying, got dick on the brain, slam a candy cane. Like, that's fucking...
It's European.
It's a very European move, I guess. Yeah.
Right.
I like how Santa just looked at you and said, "Come on, Phil, make me sore."
If Santa was a brutal man, it seems like. We might touch upon that later.
You know, most mall Santas aren't really Santa. They're just fucking alcoholics.
I think we'll get into that later, too.
All right, well, guys, Phil Felk, that was wonderful. But moving on to what we're here for. We're here for the 12 films of Christmas. And these aren't specials like the Rudolph Red-Nosed Reindeer or Frosty the Snowman or Star Wars The Holiday Special. None of that is accounted for. These are going to be movies and movies that aired in cinemas everywhere.
Yeah. And I don't think we're necessarily saying what you should think the best Christmas films of all time are. I think what we're saying is, here's 12 films of Christmas that we like or hate or whatever. We just want to talk about them.
On the 12th day of Christmas, our ballad brought to me
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
To be jolly, fa la 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 la. After vacationing across America and throughout Europe,
Take it, Russ.
this holiday season, the Griswolds are going to play it safe.
Clark, we're stuck under a truck.
Wow. Great tune.
Good song.
It's a good song. So yeah, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation is a big movie in my family. It's a film we have to watch essentially every year after Thanksgiving, and it is a classic. It's got some great bits in it. It's got some great callbacks to the Vacation series, and it's probably one of the better ones. I even named some fish after the characters in it.
And why is the carpet all wet, Todd?
I don't know, Margot.
Name fish.
Ours were Margot and Todd. It's Julie Louis-Dreyfus and the other guy, her husband.
I don't care about the fish.
What do you mean you don't care about fish?
I had fish. I never named my fish. I named
Fish
the big
just
one.
die.
You never named fish?
Well, I had a Picossimus and I named it Morgan Freeman. That was the only fish I ever named.
Oh, that's a good name.
Yeah. Oh no, I named the beta Miggs. After the guy who throws cum on Jodie Foster in Silence of the Lambs.
Oh, nice. To me, that movie is actually the 4th best vacation film.
Really? It's the fourth best after.
I like the original one, the European one,
That's
the
trash.
Vegas one actually, and then Christmas Vacation because
Vegas is trash.
No, it's fine. Christmas is like
Girls
one of those
hot.
ones you want to like, and you turn it on, and you're like, these jokes just aren't hitting.
You're the
like, something's
outlier.
off with it.
See, for me, it's like the second one. It's like Vacation for me, Christmas Vacation, European Vacation, Vegas Vacation for me.
Nobody likes Vegas. That's very weird.
Vegas is fine. It's good.
Oh, I like Vegas.
Do you
It's
like
just not my favorite.
Ed Helms garbage?
No, that's a different one. That's a different one. I haven't seen that with Chris Hemsworth
It's not
cock
bad.
in your face. I
It's
haven't
a
seen it.
sequel because Clark is still in it.
Oh, is he Rusty? Is that who Ed Helms is?
Yeah, Ed Helms plays Rusty, and Rusty's a different actor in every movie anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
It's not bad. It's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad.
I like Christmas Vacation. I just think it's the fourth best one. There's nothing wrong with that.
I think it's the second best one.
Guys,
But yeah,
it's
solid. It's got some great Christmas tropes. It's got some great plays on the Christmas trope. I like how it's about getting his
tropes.
bonus and it fails. He doesn't get the bonus. I like that, it's essentially about Christmas going wrong for everyone.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
the fucking
it's
tree burns
honest.
down.
It always
Everything goes
does.
to hell.
Families suck, Christmas sucks. That's the point. That's why I like it.
Yeah, and you get Uncle, you get Cousin Eddie. Cousin Eddie's amazing.
Yeah.
He's always amazing.
Randy Quaid, though, he's in jail, right? Or something?
He's in jail.
Just tax evasion. It wasn't like he molested kids or anything.
Didn't he try to rob a bank?
No, he did
Maybe.
some other shit too.
Who knows?
This year, let Chevy Chase light up your holidays. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
The end.
Woohoo!
As always, Cool Boy Nation, we'll be staying on topic.
On the 11th day of Christmas, Arnoli brought to me.
Jingle all the way.
Love it.
Nicely done, sir.
Every holiday season, there's one toy everyone has to have.
I want the Turbo Man action figure with the arms and legs that move, and the rock and roaring jetpack, and the boomerang shooter.
Getting it is every child's dream.
Whoever doesn't can be a real loser.
Finding it
You got the doll, right?
is this father's nightmare.
I'll get that toy. I promise.
I love Jingle All the Way, Nolly. Good call.
Yeah, it's stupid as fuck.
Yeah, it's stupid as fuck. Totally.
Turbo Man.
But watching Arnold run around all day looking for a toy, it's a good time. I mean,
You're
Turbo Man,
really
yeah.
the point of the movie is if you are a working guy who works and has as a kid, you really want to prove to your kid that you love him. You gotta buy him something. You gotta buy him something
not just
that's hard to buy.
Not something. You got to buy him the toy of the holiday
And
season.
what's it called?
Turbo Man.
No, what's the toy called? What does it refer to frequently in the movie as?
Turbo Man.
No, a
Turbo Man?
Turbo Man doll. The Turbo,
Turbo
Man,
Man doll.
Turbo Man doll. It's an action figure. It's a hard plastic action figure, and they call it a Turbo Man doll over and over again, even though it's for a boy. What kind of gender queer heteronormative patriarchy smashing bullshit is this? Dolls are for girls. Action figures are for boys. Jingle All the Way disqualified. Also, it's got Sinbad. Sinbad also didn't pay his taxes.
You know, I think you guys are forgetting about Jingle All the Way is not only did it give us fabulous Arnold quotes to use on soundboards for the future.
Oh, Howard, excuse me, but your wife's cookies are out of this world.
Who told you you can eat my cookies?
Oh, these cookies! I gotta get the recipe from Les.
Put that cookie down now!
But it also gave
Put
us
the cookie down.
Jake Lloyd.
Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jake Lloyd. He's Arnold's son.
Jake Lloyd's actually decent in Jingle All the Way, but oh fuck. Oh
He's
fuck.
not decent. He's not decent in Jingle All the Way. He's horrible in Jingle All the Way. Oh, Mom, I can't do this because of Dad. Oh, Mom. Okay,
so are
Dad.
you telling me he played
I
the same
guess.
character in The Phantom Menace? Is that what you're telling me right now?
He's actually better actor in The Phantom Menace. Absolutely goes, "Are you an angel?" is better sold than any line in Jingle All the Way.
Oh, God.
Are you an angel?
Are you an angel?
What? An angel.
In 2015, he had a psychiatric hold put against him, put on him because he tried to kill himself. He's been depressed his entire life because of all the shit he's gotten because of Phantom Menace. People blame him for that movie. It's like he was a boy.
Mark Hamill's come out and said that like the one thing he can't stand is how people treat Jake Lloyd and how much they bashed him, and he's so upset. He's like, he's a little boy. He didn't write the lines, and everyone hates him.
I still blame him.
Yippee!
Whoa!
Blame everyone else except the fucking actual 8-year-old boy. It is pretty fucked up how much hate he got. And he's fine in Jingle All the Way. He's not the reason Jingle All the Way sucks.
No, Jingle All the Way doesn't suck. Jingle All the Way is a great movie.
Who directed Jingle All the Way? Some nobody, right?
And from the director of The Flintstones.
It stars Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's all I care about.
Okay.
I love Arnold in it, and I think it's my favorite Arnold movie to watch during the holiday season.
Of course.
Jingle All the Way.
You picked the wrong day.
All right. So I guess you have to pick one I actually like here. On the 10th day of Christmas, our Felk brought to me trading places.
I had the most absurd nightmare. I was poor and no one liked me.
We can make it, baby! Me and you!
Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy are Trading Places.
Trading Places takes place at Christmas. Christmas is all over the movie. A lot of people don't consider it a Christmas movie, but I mean, when you've got Christmas trees in every shot and the holiday sense, and it's basically kind of an inverse Scrooge kind of story, you know, rich guy learns what it's like to be poor, poor guy learns what it's like to be rich.
They're not just getting rich, they're getting even.
Do you have any better ideas?
Yeah, you know, it occurs to me that the best way you hurt rich people is by turning them into poor people.
Dan Aykroyd. Eddie Murphy.
Two big reasons why I love the movie, and if you look at the GIF underneath, I'm sure you looked at the doc.
Yeah, God bless you, Phil. God bless
you. Absolutely. Love it. Jamie.
Because Jamie Lee Curtis's tits in that movie.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Would die for.
She plays a hooker. She plays a hooker with the heart of gold.
And Jamie Lee Curtis.
By the way, food and rent, not the only things around here that cost money.
I think something you just touched upon, Felk, that we should just explain, because a lot of people do hold this to be some kind of contention when thinking about Christmas films. So yeah, some people could look at Christmas films and go, Lethal Weapon is a Christmas film, and like because it takes place at Christmas. Lethal Weapon really isn't a Christmas film. It doesn't really have Christmas value or Christmas themes, but it does take place at Christmas. Trading Places is, I would say, is more of a Christmas film than Lethal Weapon.
Yeah.
But just for the instance of like say Iron Man 3 or other films like that, I would say if it takes place at Christmas, we'll consider it for now a Christmas film.
Yeah, well, Christmas is kind of a theme to it. I also love, and I know you fucking love them Easter eggs that make two movies connected. And I you know what I'm talking about, the fact that the rich dudes, I can't remember their names, show up again in the Eddie
Coming
Murphy,
to America.
Yeah, Coming to America. Like that was kind of unknown at the time because the movie's not.
They show up as homeless guys and Coming into America,
but they're clearly the same characters. So they're like, we're back, you know, like. So it's like, I like that stuff. I like that John Landis was building a world, and I love that it was so unabashedly 80s when like the 80s were like rich people were super rich and poor people were super poor, and rich old men could still say the N-word in a movie. And it be actually funny as a joke that like you're making fun of those characters without all that horrific baggage to it. And the movie kind of made Eddie Murphy a movie star. He was an SNL guy before that.
I think it's the movie he thought was going to make him a movie star.
Beverly Hills Cop was the year after, right?
Beverly Hills Cop made him a movie star.
And what happened was it wasn't as big of a hit, I think, as it was supposed to be, or as much as he expected to be while quitting SNL. And then, but Beverly Hills like picked up, and it was huge.
And then Golden Child hurt him because nobody liked it.
Well, I like Golden Child.
It's okay.
But then he bounced right back with the Brooklyn Vampire.
Yeah, I like it, and you know, I hate Christmas. So there's not a whole lot of Christmas movies I fucking like.
Trading Places. Some very funny business.
Moving on. On the 9th day of Christmas, our ballad brought to me.
Bad Santa.
Well, it's only 3 syllables. It's kind of tough. But you did a very valiant effort there, sir.
Thank you.
when it came to holiday spirit.
Look who's here. It's Santa.
I'm on my lunch break, okay?
Willie's never had it.
It's not real.
Well, it was real. I got sick and all the hair fell out.
How'd you get sick?
I loved a woman that wasn't clean.
Mrs. Santa?
No, it was her sister.
Oh, no.
So yeah, Bad Santa. I love Bad Santa. It's one of those gems. When I came across it, I was happy to see. For me, I like dark Christmas. I like dark holiday stuff. I like dark stuff in general, I guess. And so things like Rare Exports, A Christmas Tale, which is a Finnish film about essentially catching Santa's elves and thinking it's Santa, and then eventually later Santa being this really mystical, fucking crazy creature that's going to eat people and children. And then like other dark shit like Black Christmas, where you have like the call is coming from within the house. And all the sorority girls being killed off in that film. I like these dark Christmas movies, and one of the things I loved about Bad Santa was it felt like one of those dark Christmas films, but it was the first really intense R-rated dark comedy Christmas film that I was at least attracted to. It was a movie about the most horrible, despicable human being, and they made him lovable because they made you love this fat retard. And like this kid who,
I disagree.
He is literally tugging at your heartstrings, Forrest Gump style, the whole movie.
I'm not sure about that.
See, a lot of people love Bad Santa. They think it's so funny, and they made a sequel 20 years later, and then everybody hated it. I watched it once in theaters, and I thoroughly disliked it. I disliked the Billy Bob Thornton's character, and more importantly, I just found the movie to be so visually gross that I was off-put the other time. Things I do not like to look at. Obese black women, snot-nosed kids with literal snot running down their nose who are also fat.
Yeah.
Fat black women talking about their poop and midgets. Yep. I don't like looking at midgets.
So you don't like fat black women, midgets, and fat kids. You don't like fat people.
It's not that I don't like them. I just don't like visually looking at them. Show me a nice sunset. Show me a nice pretty bird, a nice flower. I like these things. They're all pretty to look at. Show me a snot-nosed kid being retarded and having a dislikable alcoholic character yelling at him. Unless it's fucking super funny.
I thought it was super funny.
I thought it was okay to funny and gross. The whole movie was gross. And I know you two are both, you've never fucked a girl up their ass, but you don't want a woman when you're fucking her their ass talking about their shit.
Hello, Mary.
Keep it going.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. You ain't gonna shit right for a week.
I ain't gonna shit straight for a week. That's gross.
That is gross.
I don't like that. Don't like.
Yeah, well...
Right.
I thought it was funny.
I remember I've only seen it once. I remember it being funny. I haven't revisited it. But you know what? God damn it. I'm going to watch that fucking sequel soon.
I haven't seen the sequel yet, and I don't really want to because I heard it's not good.
I will never watch it.
You know what's interesting about Bad Santa is that the Coen brothers were originally going to direct the film. They didn't end up directing it. I think they ended up helping writing the screenplay. But Bill Murray was originally going to be the Bad Santa, and he passed on the role, and Billy Bob Thornton took it up.
You know, Billy Bob Thornton was great, but maybe Bill Murray might have been better.
This holiday season, the naughtiest guy in town just might discover.
He's a really sweet kid, isn't he?
Yeah, I guess so.
How to be nice.
Good night, Santa. Good night, Mrs. Santa's sister.
Bad Santa.
I beat up some kids today, but it's for a purpose. Made me feel good about myself.
You need many years of therapy.
Cool.
On the 8th day of Christmas, Arnoli brought to me
the Santa Claus.
Dad, I heard a clatter.
Somebody's on the roof.
Maybe it's Santa.
Not now, Charlie.
This Christmas, Scott Calvin's getting into the spirit the only way he can.
Hey, you!
By accident.
It's Santa. Who killed him?
Did not.
When Tim Allen was a movie star.
Oh,
Remember that week?
I saw this in theaters.
It was a week. I saw this in theaters too. You know what? This is a great Christmas film. It's fun to watch. Tim Allen is enchanting. It's a good film.
He's enchanting in this?
I like Judge Reinhold talking about how he wants to suck a wiener.
Yeah.
He what? He sucks a wiener?
He talks about how he wants to suck on a wiener. That he wanted the wiener whistle so he can put his mouth over a wiener. It's weird.
He talks about that in the movie?
Judge Reinhold does that.
Yeah, Judge Reinhold. Bring me the judge. He
Bring
wanted
me
Oscar
the
judge. My name is Judge.
Not the Judge Reinhold show from all those magazine ads. They're all over the place. Look at this.
My name is Judge.
Phil, why do you hate the Santa Claus? Elaborate.
I just think so. Any movie in which the twist is Santa Claus is real the whole time. Santa Claus wasn't just made up; he was real. Holy shit! And that's the big thing. Is like Tim Allen. You know, he murders Santa accidentally, and then
he doesn't murder Santa by yelling at him, "Hey," or what? You know.
All right, negligent manslaughter. He kills Santa through negligent manslaughter.
Santa goes down like a bitch.
Do you know that scene? It comes back in the third film.
Who made it to the third film?
My kids. I've seen it I see it. I've seen the first three. I've seen all three Santa Clauses multiple times.
With Martin Short?
The third one is their favorite.
Oh God! Of course it is.
The reason I don't like it is because Santa Claus. If Santa Claus is real, then how come poor children get so many less presents than rich children? And also, how
he doesn't have time for poor children.
Also, fuck you, Jewish children. Apparently, Santa Claus just doesn't care. Santa Claus is a dick. And also, like, if he's real, then how come parents have to buy all the fucking presents? Like, what is he doing? If Santa Claus is coming to people's houses, then what is he doing? Because kids aren't getting additional presents. They're only getting the ones that their parents buy them. I hate Santa Claus because I was told my entire childhood that I was bad and I was misbehaving constantly. But I grew up with kids who were less financially, for a while, less financially inclined than we were, because it was a starter home. You're going to buy a new home. So poor kids. So I was told around Christmas, even though these kids all year round, I was told to be more like them. See how they're well behaved they are. See how they do good all the time. But I was told be more like them. But around Christmas, when Christmas came, I was like, look at all the presents I got. But they got like, oh, I got like one action figure. Oh, I got a rock. I got a stick, like they got shit presents. So I was told not to rub it in their face. That's rude. And I was like, but wait a minute. Santa Claus gives me the presents because I was good all year. But you say I'm bad all year and they're good. But you're telling me not to talk about the presents I got. And I realized like Santa Claus isn't real. Jesus isn't real.
What?
The federal government can't be
What?
trusted. And I've been the dissident ever since.
What?
Yeah.
I think the Santa Claus is an okay film. I like it. I'm glad it's on the list.
I like the part where Tim Allen, in order to support his early days when he's in the Santa Claus movie, in order to support his early days as a stand-up comic, he was on the side also a coke dealer, and then he dealt to an undercover officer outside of one of the comedy clubs. And so in order to commute his sentence down to only 1 year in a minimum security prison, he ratted on all the people he was getting, he was buying coke from his suppliers, and they actually like managed to bust like a high-end coke deal. So he basically got to be a star the rest of his life because he's a dirty rat with no honor. And that's my favorite part of the movie, The Santa Claus.
That's great observation, Phil.
That's real.
Johnny, naughty. Gary, nice. Veronica, very nice.
The Santa Claus. You're a 1,200-year-old elf?
You look pretty good for your age.
Thanks, but I'm seeing someone in wrapping.
I love it.
No, that was perfect.
No, it was great. It was wonderful.
On the seventh day of Christmas, our felt that's me brought to me Scrooge, directed by Richard Donner.
7 o'clock, Psycho sees Santa's workshop, and only Lee Majors can stop them. In the night the reindeer died. Be here.
You can't show that commercial. That thing looked like the Manson family Christmas special.
Think I'm way off base?
Yes, you're a tad off base, sir.
Love Scrooge.
It's my favorite Christmas Carol movie, actually.
I love meanness.
Fuck the Muppets version. God damn it, I hate that version.
Yeah, no, I hate the Muppets in general. The Muppets are
fuck the Patrick Stewart version. Oh, what the fuck was that?
Yeah, it's
and it's so dark. I just love how it gets even like when it does future Scrooged.
Ghosts of Christmas Future.
Yeah, Ghost of Christmas Future,
Yeah.
and it's like that
He's
weird
scary.
80s white like decoration and like set decor and like this like almost like it's shot in a museum.
The way they
It's just
incorporate
awesome.
video into it too, I really like that.
Oh yeah, with his like little body, like, and so for me, the Muppets Christmas Carol, I remember thinking like, it's not so scary. The George C. Scott one, I remember thinking like the same thing. The future part, not so scary. But when I saw Scrooge as a kid, I remember being like,
it was
whoa,
scary.
that's fucking scary. When he opens it up and it's just like all the little demons inside his little body. Oh, that's fucking got me, dude. I hated
That and when his boss the golf ball came out of his head.
Yeah, he also has, I think, a mouse pops out of his skull at one point, and then his boss shoves him out at one point out of the glass through like magically.
Maybe that's what it is.
It's a PG movie, by the way. We were allowed to get away with shit back then.
And he holds him over New York City like streets, like 90 stories up, and his arm is slowly breaking because it's made out of fucking just corpse, dead body rotting, and it's just like horrifying to watch. There's even a scene earlier when Bill Murray's freaking out after that ghost scene where he watches a waiter catch on fire.
I watched it on Christmas Day last year. It holds up. It is paced very well.
Frank Cross is more than the youngest network president in television history.
Call security. Have them change his locks and toss him out of the building.
Oh, he's fired? It's Christmas.
Thank you. Call the county. Stop his bonus.
Basically, its interpretation of television is still more or less correct in that, executives are assholes and the, low-level editors making television at basements at 2 a.m. get fucked over by the executives who are told to make them work forever. It's like that was true in the 80s and was true in 2008. It's kind of interesting how that has not changed and its message hasn't changed. It's also one of Karen Allen's 3 movies that she's been in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's
She's
really
hot.
Bill Murray plays Scrooge, the character of Ebenezer Scrooge, so well. I mean, he's an original character, but he is a pseudo Ebenezer Scrooge.
Yeah,
and he's fantastic at it. Like he brings this Bill Murray sense of like asshole, I don't give a fuck about you, and then just being like at the same time a accurate Scrooge character, like this dick, this fucking prick of a boss who deserves everything he gets, and you love him though at the end.
Yeah.
He's singing have a little faith in your heart song.
Yeah,
and then he tells the audience to sing.
Yeah,
everyone on the left.
No one but Bill Murray could have made that character work too.
Yeah, not that character.
Yeah.
That character is like born and raised in Bill Murray.
Yeah,
and
very
we
much.
saw it birthed on screen. It was very, very beautiful.
This holiday season, see Bill Murray get Scrooged.
Love it.
Hi, Lumpy.
I'm gonna let you guys in on a little fucking secret. You guys ready?
Yeah. What's going on?
I've been drinking separately from 2 bottles of wine.
Wow,
mean?
$2 Chuck.
I am
You're
doing
doing
a
2
double
bottles?
bottle challenge to see how fucking drunk I can get. I am drinking 2 bottles of wine this night, bitches.
Wow,
Oh my
that's
God.
staying in.
The whole time,
game-changing.
there were
This is
2 bottles
game-changing.
the entire time. I am
This is
possibly
game-changing.
already the drunkest I have ever been in my life.
You sound great. You look great still.
I seriously lost my mind in that traffic, and I was just like, I'm gonna see how drunk I can get in one night. I can barely. The room's spinning already. I feel horrible, so I might not make it to the end of this. On the 6th day of Christmas, our ballad brought to me.
Christmas story.
In this modern age,
Perfect.
too many people have lost sight of the true meaning of Christmas.
Mom! Hush!
Shut up, Ralphie!
I love it. It's seriously like one of my favorite films. It's my most favorite, I would say, of like classical traditional holiday Christmas films. I know that's cheesy to say. I know it's super cliche to say. I know
No.
it's very vanilla to say, but I really do love it. There are a lot of
perfect.
other Christmas films I love that we
perfect.
are going to mention later, but for me, this would be like my number 2, let's say.
If you had a top 5, it'd be your number 2.
Exactly.
It's
or
a
top 4.
It's a really good movie. I have nothing bad to say about it. It's very
I've already
memorable parts.
Talked about it on Hard R Remakes. The fact that like it is a story of a child who is being beaten by his dad and abused by a bully, at school, and he's dreams day and night about having a gun so he can shoot his teacher.
That's right, Cool Boy Nation. Check it out. Hard R Remakes. Episode
Hard Bar
14.
Remakes.
Hard Bar Remakes. A Christmas Story. I love it. One of the things I love about A Christmas Story, I just watched it again recently this holiday season, is I like how it reminds me of, even though the film's supposed to take place in the 50s or the 40s or wherever the fuck it's supposed to take place, I thought that it's like, to me, the closest thing to what I grew up with in the 80s. The idea that like you were, focused around maybe a TV set, but not a radio, but a TV set that like, Christmas was practically the same in the 80s as it was in the 40s and the 50s, it seemed. Very analog before this digital world we're in.
Child abuse was a lot more common.
And I feel like it's kind of like a love letter call back to the days of yore when I was growing up with the Christmas. And I think it's the closest thing I could probably show the kids that what Christmas like in the 80s that isn't like something like a fantasy film.
That's weird, Ballard, because it's actually a movie set in the 50s, but it was made in the 80s, right?
It was made in the 80s, about the 50s.
It feels like an 80s movie, too. It's weird.
Yeah,
it does. It's
like
very
the
80s.
Asian stereotypes. Fa ra 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 ra.
Yeah, totally.
A Christmas Story.
Christmas Story. I mean, there's a reason it's played for 24 hours around Christmas. It's just a good time.
Ballard. Poundies.
Poundies.
Cool Boy Nation, if you don't know, we are on the 6th day of Christmas right now. We're halfway through, and one of our hosts, Felk, we may lose him soon.
Well, we'll get through this, hopefully.
He is doing a wine bottle challenge by himself. He just revealed that it was 2 wine bottle
No,
challenges.
people aren't like tuning in like all of a sudden like an hour in.
Yeah.
What are you doing right now?
What? It's not like live TV?
No.
For those of you joining us right now midstream. On the 5th day of Christmas, Arnoli brought to me
Batman Returns.
Oh, that was your O face.
Oh, my O face.
Now
You
I've
saw
seen it. I finally see it.
I've been down here too long. It's time for me to ascend.
From the sewers of Gotham, a new villain emerges.
You didn't invite me, so I crashed.
Hey, stud.
Batman Returns, and this is like Lethal Weapon, where Lethal Weapon, they're both set around Christmas time. I don't think Lethal Weapon's a Christmas movie because it has 2 scenes set within Christmas. There is a scene set within a Christmas tree lot, and a car drives to a Christmas tree at the end. But Christmas is not mentioned that much. In Batman Returns, Christmas is everywhere.
Yeah. The opening scene's the lighting of the tree.
Kind of like Iron Man 3 is like Lethal Weapon more so, I would say, than Batman Returns is more like trading places.
Yeah, Iron Man 3, though, takes place in Florida, and Malibu is the problem. And there's only snow in the middle where he's like in middle America. Whereas
Yeah, Batman Returns, it's snowing the whole time. They have lightings of Christmas trees.
Love snowy Gotham.
The Penguin brings out a Christmas present.
And yeah, exactly. A winter villain.
There's that part in Dark Knight, in the end of Dark Knight Rises, where like the tumblers or the Batmobile-ish
God, I love that shit.
they leave the tracks, and that's all over Batman Returns, where the tracks are being melted in the snow by the flames in the back of the Batmobile. I love that image. I actually just watched Batman Returns again a week ago. There's some issues with it in the fact that like there's only 5 sets in that entire movie. So much of that movie takes place in press conferences in that town square set.
Totally.
The first Batman was shot, I guess, in London. They actually used city streets. They're actually like the city feels big, and they used they did, right?
I don't know, to be honest, but 1989's Batman looks like it's shot on sound stages to me.
Returns feels much more confined in that there really is just like the city square set that has the city. There's Penguin's lair, there's Penguin's attic, and the place below it. And then there's like Wayne Manor, which was completely different than the Wayne Manor in 1989's.
I remember that.
I wonder if, I honestly don't know, but I wonder If the budget went towards director and actor fees more.
Probably
so
more of that, yeah.
Than sets, because back then Warner Brothers, I'm sure, didn't care as much about making a superhero film.
It's really only Christmas at the beginning when the tree lighting and at the very end.
That's not true. Correct me if I'm wrong. At the end, the Penguin's going to kill Max Schreck, and he says, or maybe Batman, and he's like, "Come on, have a heart. It's Christmas."
Yeah.
And anyway,
that's
the
what
Penguin's plan
says.
is to steal. Yeah, Max Schreck. The Penguin's plan is to steal the firstborns on Christmas Eve. It's Christmas the whole time.
Yeah.
Christmas is happening.
But
the
that's
whole time.
Passover.
You're right, Nolan, and you can even go further with saying like the idea of the way Catwoman, quote unquote, survives in the end is almost like her getting a second chance on Christmas, because she uses all 9 lives up in that film. If I'm not mistaken.
No, she
count it
leaves.
out.
She leaves 2 left before she kills Max. She's down to 3, or she's down to 4. She has 3 left, and she gives up 1. Killing herself with Max, and says, I'll save 1 for next vacation or something.
But I thought the implication was that the electricity kills her once, but then the fire that burns everything down to the ground killed her the second time. But that's also believed to be why she escapes.
But the vague supernatural elements of Batman Returns is kind of always one of the weaker things about it. That said, the scene where she becomes Catwoman, that is very cinematic, very Tim Burton, very cool.
Oh, I love that scene.
very
Hello
great.
there to hell here. Yeah, incredible.
I also want to say that is a movie where Batman kills and smiles afterwards.
Yeah, he
oh, for sure.
He doesn't
fucking
just
puts-
kill, he tortures to death, basically. He sets a guy on fire, too, with his
He
Batman.
sets a guy on fire with the Batmobile? Yeah. Like,
and
what
he
the
hands
fuck?
a guy a bomb and then kicks him down the manhole and then it explodes.
Yeah. Merry Christmas, Master Wayne. Merry Christmas, Alfred. And goodwill towards men and women. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. That's the end of the movie.
In that shot when Catwoman rose up at the end with the music blaring, my dick as a fucking 9-year-old, it might have been the biggest it ever been.
Was it because her shoulders were moving and she was all like getting into it?
I will say, when she's lying in the bed, Michelle Pfeiffer looks good.
Oh yeah. Even as a young boy, my pubescent cock was rising.
I am Catwoman. Hear me roar.
Yeah.
Just the pussy I've been looking for.
Yeah.
Rated PG.
I think it's 13, but
No, it's PG.
Falk's walking away, and the next one is his. So
He's coming back with Batman Returns probably to prove to you that it's
PG-13. I'm telling you, it's PG-13. I'm guaranteeing it.
Who was right? Who was right?
I'm guaranteeing it's PG-13.
I can't read it. It's PG-13.
Yeah, I knew it was. It's fucking too dark.
What was Batman? PG or PG-13?
PG-13.
They're both PG-13?
Yes.
Can't read it. There you go.
Yeah,
I see it now.
PG-13. What year was that? 91? 92? 91.
92.
92? Good year.
Above Gotham looms its greatest hero.
Yeah, I know about Batman's.
Jesus, yeah, you know your Batman anthology, man.
I'm
Oh,
autistic.
boy.
No, you're
I'm
not.
autistic. We're all autistic.
No, you're not. On the 4th day of Christmas, our fellow brought to me Gremlins.
Billy Pelser has a nice home.
Billy, is that you?
Yeah, Mom, it's me.
A nice job. A nice girl.
If you're not doing anything this Thursday night, maybe you'd like to go out on a date with me?
I'd love to.
And loving parents who are about to give him
You're gonna like this. No, don't shake it. We're gonna have to open it now. It won't wait till Christmas.
the most unusual gift he ever got.
What is it?
It's your new pet.
Gremlins is my second to first favorite Christmas movie. I don't like Christmas. Christmas sucks, and I think Christmas needs to be a little fucked up if you're going to make a good Christmas movie. And that's what makes Gremlins so great. It's Norman Rockwell's Christmas. Everything's pitch perfect. Everything's pretty. Everybody's happy. There's kind of a bitch who goes to the bank now and then. She doesn't like dogs, but other than that little tiny conflict, everybody's pretty happy. Sure, there's one guy in town who has like PTSD from Vietnam and is borderline crazy. But other than that, everybody's happy, friendly, family.
It was Christmas Eve. I was 9 years old. Me and Mom were decorating the tree. waiting for Dad to come home from work. A couple hours went by. Dad wasn't home. His mom called the office. No answer. Christmas Day came and went, and still nothing. The police began a search. 4 or 5 days went by. Neither one of us could eat or sleep. Everything was falling apart. It was snowing outside. The house was freezing, so I went to try to light up the fire. And that's when I noticed the smell. The firemen came, broke through the chimney top. And me and Mom were expecting them to pull out a dead cat or a bird. And instead, they pulled out my father. He was dressed in a Santa Claus suit. He'd been climbing down the chimney on Christmas Eve, his arms loaded with presents. He was going to surprise us. He slipped and broke his neck, died instantly. And that's how I found out there was no Santa Claus.
And then there's gremlins. And then they're biting hands and they're fucking shit up.
But there are a few things to keep in mind. If you expose it to the light, you may hurt it. If you get it wet, it will multiply.
All that from water? They got wet?
No, plain water.
And most important, no matter how much they beg, never, never let them eat after midnight. Because when they do, they change.
There's a flasher gremlin and everything.
No, yeah, no. I mean, it's highly implied that when the camera's not on them, that 1 or 2 gremlins might rape a woman.
Or
Sure.
Yeah, or I imagine the
They don't
gremlins
have
are
dicks.
fucking
I don't
each
know
other.
how that works,
Honestly,
but
I think they're fucking each other, and maybe they have dicks that are like lipstick dicks.
It's a weird movie.
They come out.
I mean, that's a movie that like they keep trying to remake in this day and age. I don't know if it would work.
No.
I like Gremlins too. Do you guys like Gremlins too?
I love Gremlins too, but
too.
Gremlins 2
Gremlins
is
2
a
is amazing.
total inversion of Gremlins. It is a parody of itself, and that's what makes it.
I love it though.
They're making fun of themselves.
Yeah.
It's
I
great.
love it. It's so great.
See, if we got Gremlins today,
Would you
in
guys fuck
CG
sexy gremlin chick?
No,
Oh, of course. No, those that were DSLs in my face. I would have stuck my dick right in there and just.
Felk, would you?
Felk would have done it. If I'm doing it, Felk's doing it.
Felk said he didn't. I think. Felk, would you?
Yeah, he's a liar.
Felk, answer the question.
Oh, I'm gonna throw up, guys.
Yeah, he might puke. Oh no. Oh no.
Take us with you when you puke.
Mm-hmm. Please do. This might happen.
USB won't reach. I love Gremlins. I
Would you fuck the sexy gremlin chick?
I love Gremlins, and I think that as soon as you see a CG gremlin, it's wrong. It's just immediately breaks all of it.
I totally agree
the
with
fact that they are mostly puppets, occasionally
What
stop
gremlin are you
motion.
talking about? That CG, the electrical one?
If they reboot it.
No, if they
And they will.
rebooted it. If they
And they will.
rebooted it, you would see a CG gremlin like
And they will
walking
do it.
around and shit. You know the fact that like the first reveal of the gremlins, like the little handprint, that's such a little detail on the record player. It's on the dust is like, and then you see the full one, and it's obviously a puppet, but it feels alive in a way that even in fucking 2017, CG is not. It just cannot do. Like the only way you could possibly remake that is to do it with, say, like, all right, practical effects only, and that's what makes it. The Gremlins feel alive in a way more than anything else has. Who doesn't want a little Mogwai? Wouldn't you love to give your
Mogwai? That's all I want for Christmas every year. I love fucking Mogwai.
Gremlins, directed by Joe Dante. They'll be expecting you.
When fucking Gizmo gets in the Barbie car and drives around and has to take down Stripe, oh, count me in.
Yeah, that's the only part that doesn't quite make sense. But by that point, you just go with it.
Yeah, I went with it. I went with it the second they
Because a
started
remote
showing
control
this-
car wouldn't be controllable by the little steering wheel. It doesn't really.
I love it.
I didn't even think about that.
But doesn't. Who cares? Because you're in it at that point.
It's a great film.
On third day of Christmas, our ballad brought to me
Krampus.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, with those holiday greetings and gifts.
Krampus is fun. It
This
is
is
an
actually a
enjoyable
film I've
movie.
never seen. I've never seen it.
Oh, Krampus is... So I saw Krampus last year for the first time, and it immediately became a holiday classic for me. It is dark Christmas, like I've been saying. I love dark Christmas.
It's arguably darker than
love
Gremlins.
It's a horror movie. I think it's R-rated. I'm not sure.
It's R-rated.
I think... And it doesn't need to be. I definitely, at some point when my kids are like 10, I will show them Krampus.
It sounds too much
great.
like a fucking dark asshole to me.
There's a lot of dark assholes in Krampus. Krampus starts off with like just the epitome of Christmas movies and the Christmas season and the Christmas flavor. I mean, everything in it just reeks the high heaven of Christmas made out of like Cost Plus, Pottery Barn, Martha Stewart, like all of that. They even say Martha Stewart in the movie.
Yeah.
And then it's even like remnants of like Christmas specials, like having like, the bitchy aunt, that nobody wants to see, or it even has things like, Cousin Eddie in what is David Koechner, I think's character, if I'm not saying his name
David
right.
Koechner,
But then everything goes to shit when Krampus, evil Santa Claus, shows up and brings his minions, which are like the best things about Christmas.
They're
now
very
hate
creepy.
you.
They're dark. I mean, they're
Evil gingerbread men.
They're kind of
evil teddy bear, evil robot toy, evil Jack in the Box, evil fucking angel on top of the tree.
The angel's creepy.
Oh, it's fucking crazy. And these characters are like these really like real practical. Everything is practical except the gingerbread men. And then they bring in the elves.
I'm sure some scenes of Krampus jumping from house to house had to be CG, but like I was very impressed by the amount of practical effects in the movie.
Krampus jumping from house to house, absolutely, yeah, that's CG. But otherwise, Krampus, when he was up close and personal camera, it looked like a real effect.
Yeah.
It has that real. I mean, because it's practical, it looks fake, kind of never-ending story look to it. Like. It looks good that way.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, that's clearly a giant robotic mask character that almost looks like it's out of Fifth Element. But I love it because they went for it.
Flaw is tonally it doesn't quite work. Whereas Gremlins feels consistent the whole way through. Krampus gets mild spoiler. Gremlins never kills any kids. Krampus fucking kills kids. It kills teenagers. If it is harsher and brutal and a little more violent. And because of that, like the cute, like dark comedy stuff, occasionally the actual like horror elements, they go into like that Saw territory of like it's a little too disturbing. So tonally, it's not quite perfect. Like Gremlins is perfect tonally, whereas Krampus is just a little too dark in places, so the comedy doesn't quite work. But that said, it flaws, but as somebody who loves Gremlins, it is a perfect homage. And I love one detail is that David Koechner plays, like a fucking redneck gun nut. I love any movie, Tremors included, where redneck gun nut ends up kind of being right. Like, oh, you needed those guns. Those guns come in handy.
You packed guns on Christmas.
Always be prepared, Boy Scout.
It's kind of heavy.
Yeah. It's Linda's.
For sure. And that's a great point to like not only his character, but a lot of characters in this film. The characters in this film are smart.
Yeah, they're not stupid.
And they do smart things. They do the type of things in a horror film, because this is supposed to be a horror film, as well as it is a holiday film. But they do smart things like when you think to yourself watching a horror film, like, oh, I hope this character does, such and such.
No, they do.
They actually are then enacting such.
They set up
on screen.
Koechner's character as like being like the dumbass who'll do the dumb thing, and he never really does. He actually is rational and smart with his guns, and is when he does something reckless, it's just to fucking save his kid being eaten by a monster. So it's like. It all kind of makes sense. No, it's
absolutely, yeah.
It's a very
and it's
enjoyable
tied into
movie.
the trick or treat world as well, which is Michael Dougherty. I think his name is that Michael Dougherty, the guy who's doing Godzilla 2 or Godzilla King of Monsters.
King of Monsters, yeah.
And
probably
Trick or
Godzilla
Treat,
versus King Kong too.
Possibly. Trick or Treat and Krampus are actually the same universe.
Yeah,
and it's kind of like a nice little homage he tied into it, and it's great. Both films are great.
He's done both at holidays.
St. Nicholas is not coming this year. Instead, a much darker, ancient spirit.
Those are hooves. Elk or a goat? What kind of goat walks on its hind legs?
His name is Krampus.
I would give them both 5 out of 5 boys.
I'd give it a solid 4 to 4.5. And Nolan wants us to wrap up because he hasn't seen it. On the second day of Christmas, Arnoli brought to me
Home Alone.
Welcome aboard Flight 1275 to Paris, France.
I have a terrible feeling
About what?
that we didn't do something.
Now you feel that way because we left in such a hurry.
Do we set the timers on the lights?
Mm-hmm.
Did you lock up?
Yeah,
Did you close the garage?
that's it. I forgot to close the garage, that's it.
No, that's not it.
What else could we be forgetting?
Kevin!
I read an article recently about how Kevin might be autistic, and I don't buy it.
Yeah. Well, there's a series you can see online that's about like what happened to Kevin McAllister many years later. He's like some kind of Uber driver or something like that.
I would say Home Alone is the only film that could make the 8-year-old or 10-year-old in all of us wish that people would invade our home so we could fuck them up.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh man, drop a paint can on them. Fucking make them step on some glass with their bare feet. I love how he like Rube Goldberg his ways through like all these things, and it just works out perfectly. It's wonderful.
Except
It's
if
a
he
fun
broke
treat.
into my house, I would be like, all right, I'm going to get an HIV infected needle. I'm going to put that right underneath.
You have those hanging around?
Yeah, I'll go. I'll drive down to Skid Row. $50. I'll get one.
In the middle of someone doing this, and someone's breaking your house, you're like, hang on, I'm going to go to Skid Row, get this HIV infected needle,
He
and come
had
back
like
to you.
48 hours of prep time. I mean, they montage it, but you don't know exactly how long he had for prep. He had time.
I also love that half his things would actually kill a person.
Yeah.
Half his traps.
Oh yes. Oh
And,
yeah.
and when we got to Home Alone 2, which I
Massive
think should definitely be on our list, but we could only do one Home Alone. 100% of those things would kill somebody.
My favorite part is where he, Daniel Stern, he incapacitates him, and then he puts he binds him down and ties him up, and then he pulls down his pants and he grabs this big silver dildo, and then he just jams it up Daniel Stern's asshole, and then he goes, "Do you give up now? Are you thirsty for more?" And then he slices through Joe Pesci's Achilles tendon, and he gets the pair of hedge clippers, and he severs his spinal cord, and he just breaks all his teeth and just jams his cock all the way, and he goes, "With no teeth, there's no reason to stop fucking you." It's really a weird movie.
What?
I don't remember that part.
That was the deleted scenes or something, right?
I may have thinking of a movie I watched at Charlie Sheen's house once. I don't know.
Allegedly.
Yeah, I think Home Alone is I think it's one of those films you'll show your kids for years. It's just it brings something out of you as a child. You're just like, yes, I want to defend my home. I want to shoot a BB gun into someone's face. I want them to come through my house and step onto ornaments. I want to throw paint cans in their face. I just want to fuck people with blowtorches. It's a fun film. I mean, you could watch the last half hour over and over again. Great times.
No, let's face facts. The old man whose son doesn't talk to him anymore because something happened.
He's a child molester.
He clearly molested his son, right?
Yeah, totally.
I mean,
totally.
And in the movie, they hug. At the end of the movie, they come back together.
I always thought there was something else going on, but so that's it. I thought his son was probably just gay or something.
His wife. You see his wife. No, he clearly molested him.
Is it really his wife, or is it a best friend?
I don't know. Stay tuned for my remake titled Homo Alone. Kevin's gonna get in some feisty activities when those burglars come up his butt.
Oh, Kevin.
Hello.
He shoots Daniel Stern in the face with a BB gun, right? If you get shot point blank with a BB gun, it would go through your eye, right?
Yes, he could have killed him, but
he
the
throws
second
bricks
film,
from like 3 stories up in a guy's head. That would kill somebody.
in the second film, he throws him down like 3 stories flat under their back, and they don't suffer any like massive spinal damage or separation. Like,
you guys seen Girl with the Dragon Tattoo? When she tasers the guy and then rapes him with the dildo and then tattoos rapists on his chest, I was like, oh, she's a fan of Kevin McAllister.
Totally. I mean, we got to say Marv and
I love Marv. I love the Wet Bandits.
He was gonna bite Kevin. He was gonna bite a child's fingers off.
Marv and Harry.
The Sticky Bandits, the Wet Bandits, whatever the bandits are.
No, they're Sticky Bandits, and the Wet Bandits in the first movie, Sticky Bandits in the second movie.
Because their pussies are so wet.
And they're so sticky.
They are
in the second
superhuman.
one.
They survive many things that would kill all of us in an instant. They're fucking superhuman.
Doesn't he like burn one of their heads in one of the movies too?
Oh, in the first one, yeah. And he kills them multiple times. They keep coming back for more.
They keep coming back for more.
Greatest bandits this world's ever seen.
No, he throws. He has the paint can. And he throws the paint can down, and the paint can hits him in the face. And
that would kill you.
But in Home Alone 2, he throws the paint can.
He throws a pipe.
He throws the paint can. Yeah, and they're like, we knew that. We expected that from the first movie, and they dodge it. And then he fucking throws that giant metal pipe down, and it just like weighs like 300 pounds.
More probably even.
They're dead.
Yeah. Aren't child sociopaths funny?
Yeah.
Do you guys give up? Are you thirsty for more
cock?
I still laugh every time when they pop their head through the doggy door and he just goes, hello. And then fires a BB gun right in their face.
What fucking finally defeats Daniel Stern? What fucking finally is too much for him? He puts a tarantula gently on his face. It's like you'd have severed bones and fucking broken spines and shit. And it's like, oh, but not a bug on my face.
Which one does he burn his face with an iron?
That's Daniel Stern. That's Daniel Stern.
That's one. That's one because he pulls
one.
it. He pulls the light switch, and then like the iron falls down the laundry chute.
If I'm them in the second one and you threw a brick 3 stories up and hit me in the head and almost killed me, I'm checking out.
You guys give up, or you're thirsty for more?
I'm gone.
Yeah, no, Kevin McAllister's a dick. You know what, Macaulay Culkin? I'm glad you got addicted to heroin.
He's not his character. Jake Lloyd. Remember Jake Lloyd?
On the first day of Christmas, our Felk brought to me Die Hard.
The best of all Christmas films.
The greatest Christmas film ever made.
Greatest Christmas film ever made.
The only Christmas film to ever watch every holiday season.
It's Christmas Eve in L.A.
California.
Is Daddy coming home with you?
Well, we'll see what Santa and Mommy can do, okay?
A New York cop, John McClane, has come to see his wife.
I missed you.
Instead, he's going to have to save her.
Sit down.
Within this skyscraper high above the city, 12 terrorists have declared war.
Who said we were terrorists?
A 33-year-old man with a receding hairline defeats Germans who are trying to steal money from an
Is he 33 in that movie?
He's 30, I think 30, yeah.
God
and he was doing that film while actually moonlighting and filming Moonlighting.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I like how you tied that together. Nothing's wrong with Die Hard. It's the perfect fucking film. The only thing not as good as Die Hard is Die Hard 2.
I think there are very few films you can label as perfect, and I think most are under contention. I think you can easily say 7 is a perfect film, but I can also think you can say Die Hard is a perfect film.
Die Hard is a perfect film.
And
there's nothing wrong with it.
It is the epitome of action movies. It is also the epitome of a holiday film. You have guys who are essentially trying to ruin Christmas by stealing all this money, and then having somebody not only save the day and therefore saving Christmas, but also winning his wife back and his family back in the end. And then instead of snow, paper falls like snow. It is a gorgeous white Christmas in Los Angeles, California.
I mean, yeah, what else is there to say? Die Hard is the perfect Christmas film. It's perfect.
Do you really think you have a chance against us, Mr. Cowboy?
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Who was the cinematographer?
John de Bont.
Jan.
Jean de Bont.
Jan.
Oh yeah, it was Jean de Bont.
Jean
That's
de Bont.
right.
His cinematography, like he was, European guy, and Die Hard has a ton of lens flares. It has very before its time cinematography. It definitely, like, that is not how action movies looked in 1988. It made for $28 million, and Fox managed to write off the building of their own building because they put it into the budget of a movie. Love that.
Oh,
That's
he did
awesome.
Shining Through. Good movie if you guys have never seen it.
We're talking about Jan de Bont's fucking cinematography?
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's talk
Lethal
about Die
Weapon
Hard.
3.
Huh?
Black Rain.
It is weird that Lethal Weapon 3 actually looks like a Die Hard film. Yeah, that's crazy. Lots of lens flares. Lots of lens flares.
That's true.
Lethal Weapon 3, honestly, is the best shot of all the Lethal Weapons. That's kind of funny that now you think about that. Like, think of all the iconic shots from Lethal Weapons 1 and 2 and 4 even, if you want.
Rest in peace, Alan Rickman.
But can you think of the iconic shots of Lethal Weapon 3?
You're one of them.
I've got like 4 right off the top of my head.
I
got
think
4
of all of
shots
them.
top of my head. I've got
Name 'em.
I've got running down the subway.
Oh,
I've got
great. Dual wielding.
airplane taking off in the background.
What the fuck are you talking
Oh,
about?
great.
I've got coming through the smoke.
None of these scenes are in Die Hard.
On the
I've
motorcycle.
got falling off the freeway directly
falling.
on his back.
Oh,
Wait,
yeah,
what movie
great
are you
shot.
talking about? Lethal Weapon 3?
Lethal Weapon 3, the best Christmas movie.
We debated whether or not Lethal Weapon could be on this list, and we said no.
No, we said
3.
actually at the beginning of this, I said yes. In any film like Lethal Weapon or Iron Man 3, because I was hinting at Batman Returns and Die Hard.
I think Lethal Weapon 3 clearly takes place in June of 1996 in Los Angeles.
Yeah, it does. It's a heat wave.
It's always a heat wave. Crime wave, heat waves. We love crime waves. We love heat waves. Does anyone have anything else on Die Hard besides being like the greatest Christmas movie of all time?
You want? All right, let's do a quick quiz. Quick quiz. Less than 60 seconds. Less than 60 seconds. I'm quizzing you guys. This is why Die Hard is the greatest Christmas movie of all time. Arguably the greatest action movie of all time, if not one of them. Name the movies. Die Hard on a battleship.
Oh, Under Siege.
Under Siege.
Die Hard on a commercial plane.
Second Decision.
Passenger 57.
Passenger 57. Die Hard on the president's plane.
Air Force
One.
One. I'm winning battle.
Die Hard on a bus.
I said Air Force One.
Speed.
Die Hard on Alcatraz.
I can't even hear him. I'm not even hearing the quiz anymore.
Die Hard
Fast.
in the White House.
I'm not even hearing the quiz. I'm out.
Murder. no. What is it?
I'm gonna go pee.
There's two. Die Hard in the White House. There's two.
Oh, Olympus Has Fallen. I'm winning, Ballard.
What's the other one?
Olympus Has Fallen.
There's another one.
White House Down.
White House Down.
White House Down. I said that already.
Oh, okay. Just the fact that and there's more too. Like the fact that let's just do Die Hard on Die Hard in a hockey stadium.
Oh, sudden impact. Sudden death. I'm winning, Ballard.
Yeah.
Ballard left, by the way. He couldn't handle.
I didn't even do Die Hard on a train.
So much.
That was Under Siege 2, Dark Territory. I mean, it's like that's why it's great. Is because you could just let's just do that with this location. Let's do this location. Like Die Hard reinvented the action movie by being like, let's take a known location and make it into a setting for an action movie.
And it was very much set at.
Did
Christmas
Ballard
time,
leave because
Christmas
he couldn't
Eve.
hear the quiz?
Yes, he was very upset. He left. He was upset that he lost.
Oh well.
But now he's back.
Ballard Nolan won.
Are we done? Are we done yet?
Yeah.
Who won? Nolan won?
Yeah.
Ah. Way to get him, Noli. I was counting on you, big
It's a
guy.
rim job. That's my present to everyone.
Yeah.
Felk, you've never given up these rim jobs. I don't even believe they exist anymore.
He's an easy guy to like.
Come out to the coast, we'll get together, have a few laughs.
And a hard man to kill. Bruce Willis. Die Hard.
Got invited to the Christmas party by mistake. Who knew?
All of this eggnog I am drinking is really making me hot and bothered. So hot that my dick is sweating and my ass is leaking. What is my ass leaking? I don't know. Oh, wait, this isn't eggnog, but delicious reindeer semen. Even better and now with less calories. Oh my God, but what's the fat content? The calories aren't all that matters. I know I will look my best for Christmas Day. Would any of you cool boys want to try some?
Yes, please.
Fantastic. Let's all have a sip before we start talking some bodies.
Yummy.
All systems ready. 3, 2, 1.
I saw him out walking with his girl.
Oh.
Talking bodies. Talking bodies.
Oh, yeah.
As always, Talking Bodies has us discussing the wonderful world of mega hotties and super babes.
And Cool Boy Nation, to enhance your body experience, I suggest strapping on that hard drive and whipping out that keyboard, because we're going to go Googling for some sweet bodies, but some even sweeter and bigger dongs.
I just realized whipping out that keyboard is like whipping out your dick.
Yeah, what does this mean? I don't know. I've been
just
saying
like Louis C.K. did.
Oh, yeah.
Hello. Now it is time to pick our top 3 bods from a specific show, movie, franchise, or era. And this week's segment will obviously be from Christmas. So this segment is called Santa Babies. These will be
Good
women
title.
like Reese Witherspoon from, what was that, 4 Christmases? Lauren Graham from Bad Santa.
Ugh.
Charlize Theron from Reindeer Games, Phoebe Cates from Gremlins, Zooey Deschanel from Elf, Keira Knightley, Alicia Cuthbert, January Jones, Shannon Elizabeth, Denise Richards from Love Actually. And there's actually many, many, many more women to pick from, and all kinds of other like terrible Christmas films. Like Jessica Biel, I think, was in some film a long time ago. Elizabeth Banks was in Fred Claus. Oh, Beverly D'Angelo from Christmas Vacation, Gabrielle Union from Perfect Holiday, Connie Nielsen from The Ice Harvest.
And trans pioneer Jamie Lee Curtis could be on this list.
Michelle Pfeiffer from Batman Returns.
Oh.
Kristen Davis from Deck the Halls. Elizabeth Mitchell from The Santa Claus 2 and Santa Claus 3. Donna Reed from It's a Wonderful Life. Jenny McCarthy from Santa Baby.
Well, if that's not really a movie.
Santa Baby. Kate Winslet from The Holiday. Michelle Monaghan from Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Jessica Biel from I'll Be Home for Christmas. So, gentlemen, what girls do you like?
Alicia Cuthbert is my favorite thing to fuck. I also like Shannon Elizabeth. I also would like to fuck the retardation out of Denise Richards. Because she's retarded.
This wouldn't be their prime. This would be in the state they were when they were in the Christmas holiday special, whatever it was.
Which is all their primes, pretty much.
Denise Richards was a little bit on the way out when she filmed her scene from Love Actually.
You know who wasn't? You know who was perfect in the 1980s? Phoebe Cates. Phoebe Cates is my number 1. She's perfect. I would love
Michelle Pfeiffer is technically on this list in her prime during Batman Returns.
She looks very good in Batman Returns, but Michelle Pfeiffer's... she's okay. She's at best.
Charlize Theron would be Reindeer Games, so she's a little chubbier in Reindeer Games than she is now.
My pick is Bonnie Bedelia as number 1.
Bonnie
Bedelia. Holly Gennaro?
Yeah.
Why was Charlize Theron a little chubbier in the 90s?
Charlize Theron has a great look across the board, whether she's chubby or not.
I want to fuck Michael Keaton and Jack Frost.
Well, I love how that movie's title is just like totally random, where Gary Sinise just brings up, who's playing these reindeer games?
What the fuck is Rudolph about?
He's a reindeer.
Okay, so that's what you guys were talking about with this Yukon Cornelia shit?
Yeah, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
That was from Rudolph?
We're way off topic.
Fuck
but
Rudolph.
Yeah, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is a special from like the 60s or some shit.
That's why I hated it. Because, the point of Rudolph is, if you're different, and I was different, if you're different, that's okay. Because as long as there's an uncontrollable event that occurs in which your difference is beneficial to the people who mocked you, then they'll accept you. That's a fucked up concept to be pushing on children. No goddamn wonder they don't show that special anymore.
They still show it every year.
No, they don't.
They do.
Not
They
in
still
America.
show it, and you are absolutely right. I
Maybe in
rewatched
Canada
this film
where you live.
a few years ago, and I saw the exact same thing you just hinted at, and I went, "This is a fucked up story." Like, it's essentially, if you're different, shun you. Santa says at times, like, Rudolph, you better get that fucking red nose in check, or you can't be around here.
Yeah.
It is a horrible message. Santa is a horrible character. If you want it to be dark and you want to watch it because it's dark, it's wonderful.
No.
If you want to watch it because it's holiday good fun, it is fucked up. And it is a world about, if you are different, fuck you, you're different, and let's fucking shame you.
Yeah.
And we'll shame you until you finally fit into our version of society, and then we'll accept how you're different when we finally ridicule you and utilize you the way you are needed.
Just like society did to autistic children until computers were a necessary part of infrastructure. And then it's like, now we need your red nose to invent Facebook. So we'll accept you.
Right.
Hot chicks and big tits, guys.
Hot chicks, big tits. I think Charlize in her prime. I think Phoebe Cates in her prime. And I guess if I had to pick between the Love Actually crew, I would say Alicia Cuthbert is amazing in her prime. Shannon Elizabeth is amazing in her prime. January Jones is amazing. I don't know if she's better than Alicia or Shannon. So I would say, what do you guys like out of those four?
I like the fat girl Colin Firth fucks in Love Actually. Yeah, Nolan.
Obese wins again. Keira Knightley in Pirates of the Caribbean. Oh man, she is so beautiful.
Really?
No, I can't do Keira.
Keira is a no-go for me. In the second Pirates of the Caribbean, Keira Knightley's character stows away on a pirate ship by pretending to be a boy. And I know it's a movie with like ghost pirates and monsters, but she's believable. Like,
is it Caribbean or Caribbean?
Caribbean, I say. You can believe her passing for a 14-year-old boy. If she's your hot girl, beautiful. You shouldn't be able to. No. When they upgraded to Penelope Cruz in the fourth one, I was like, a woman who looks like a woman. That's a good choice for your movie.
I think Keira Knightley has a beautiful face. I don't care much for the body.
That's fair enough.
Yeah, unless you're into 14-year-old boys' bodies, because that's what she's got.
Alicia Cuthbert is my number one on this list.
I could put her there. I could easily put her at number one.
Yeah, especially in that movie we're talking about, Love Actually.
Well, Love Actually was her prime.
Yeah.
That's like,
and Shannon Elizabeth, that's
Chloe,
her prime. She
that's
looked
not your
pretty
baby.
good with that cowboy hat.
You can't bring a
boots.
baby to work, Chloe.
Yeah, so I would say Shannon Elizabeth is my number two as well. 24.
Ballard, come on, you have to fucking react to that.
You're doing 24.
That was what she did for 6 episodes of the third season. Chloe, you can't just bring a baby to work. Chloe, is that even your baby? Like, what the
24 is such a great show, and I have no idea where it went because I stopped watching it.
I love you, Alicia Cuthbert. You're pretty.
Yeah, and if you want to throw January Jones on there too, I'm fine with that. Those are solid 3 chicks I'm down with.
So you don't like chubby Charlize at all, huh?
Not in the movie we're talking about. Charlize now. I've seen her naked in Reindeer Games. It never impressed me.
She's not that great in that movie. Yeah.
You know what I love? You know what my sexiest Charlize Theron is that J'adore ad where she's walking around in that gold dress and she's just taking it all the gold and they're taking the dress off as she goes.
You're
to the
wrong.
bath.
She looks the hottest in Monster.
Also, guys,
she won her Oscar for Monster.
She's now in her 40s and she's still single. That says something. Something's not right about her.
So she's sexy and she is right on.
I don't know.
I think Charlize Theron is putting down what I am picking up.
She's asexual.
She's asexual. Allegedly.
As long as Zoe Deschanel's not on this list, I'll be happy.
You know what? The funny thing is Zoe Deschanel in Elf as a fake blonde. I guess she's a fake blonde in that movie. I don't know if she's a real blonde in real life. I think she's a real brunette. She looks like a real brunette. But as a fake blonde in Elf, she looks pretty fucking hot.
I don't like her whole thing. Whatever she has going on, I don't like it.
It's called a dorkability.
It's different. It's different in Elf. It's tuned down a lot.
Hey, Ballard.
But I don't need her on the list.
Who's that girl?
It's Jess.
So we're definitely banging Alicia Cuthbert. We're definitely banging Shannon Elizabeth. Who's at number 3?
I think Phoebe Cates. Phoebe Cates in her prime, number 3. Because Gremlins is the same time as Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
She's great in Fast Times.
Felk loves her too. You guys can have her.
I love
That's
Phoebe
fine.
Cates. You don't like Phoebe Cates?
Yeah, she doesn't do it for me. That's fine.
Right.
Is she the 80s Zoe Deschanel for you?
Kind of, yes.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, because she could be. But she doesn't sing like Zoe does. Zoe's got a great Christmas album, by the way. I don't know if Phoebe Cates, though, is better than January Jones. If I had Phoebe Cates and January Jones in a lineup and someone was like, which one do you want? I guess I would go January Jones. So I think it goes Alicia Cuthbert, Shannon Elizabeth, January Jones.
Sounds good to me. That's a perfect list.
perfect list. Nolan, is that the list you said at the very beginning of this?
It is, I think.
Attaboy.
Nolan, just say love that dog 3 times.
There's another thing I'm more right about besides the best tits, the skinniest tits, and the most beautiful faces. It's dicks. Love that dog. Love that Mary. Kiss my ass dog. Love that fucking Christmas dog.
Ding dong, ding dong. Wish you a Merry, Merry Christmas. Wish you a Merry, Merry Christmas.
All right, folks, you heard it. It's Love That Dong. That means it's time to name 3 celebs and guess who has the biggest dick and why. And this episode segment is called Ding Dongs. So that would be Grinch, Jack Frost, and Hans Gruber. These are all dicks towards the holiday season, the Scrooges, if you would. So, gentlemen, please click the links for Grinch, Jack Frost, and Hans Gruber and tell me who has the biggest dick and why.
Is that actually...
Oh, God.
Okay.
Grinch's dick apparently is his own body. He has a second body. It's his dick.
That's disturbing. Where did you find this?
Oh, Jesus. Jesus, Jack Frost, come on. You're letting it all hang out there, buddy.
What's Jack Frost
What
doing?
the fuck is that? I thought Jack Frost was the snowman that Michael Keaton played.
He is, but that's also the Jack Frost character from the children's film Guardians Legends of the Gahuli. Not that one. It's the other one. It's like Guardians.
That's owls.
Yeah.
Cool Boy Nation, in this picture, Jack Frost is bending over, showing us his bright red asshole.
Wait, Bauer, you got kids. You show your kids that fucking
Rise of the
that owl
Guardians.
movie?
It's Jack Frost from Rise of the Guardians.
No,
played
the
by
owl, the
Chris
Zack Snyder
Pine.
owl movie. You watched that movie?
Yeah, I've seen it. Yes.
Is it good?
It's not bad. Yeah, I think we've already talked about this on. I think it was actually we talked about this in our very first episode 2.
Wait,
we talked
that's
about
Alan Rickman there? That looks like Donald Trump jumping.
It does look like Donald Trump.
No, that's Alan Rickman apparently from Wide Shot.
Rest in peace, Alan Rickman. I'm sorry you're dead.
It's just the British, the European mentality of just having more Bush the better. I don't like that.
Okay, guys, and I've supplied you with a brand new Grinch link, something a little bit more appropriate.
Oh God!
I don't want to click on any more dicks. I'm tired of having to talk about dicks every episode. Obviously, only Nolan is the one who wants to talk about dicks every episode.
You like it some.
Grinch is packing some heat.
Oh,
man.
it's dripping.
Yeah, these 2 links you provided for the Grinch, he's definitely packing a huge rod.
That's how quick I can find these photos.
Remember,
I type in Grinch nude penis, and that
according
came
to
up.
Outhouse.com, whites have like 5-inch dicks. Native Americans have like 2 or 3-inch dicks. Black guys have 17-inch dicks, but green Grinch monsters.
They didn't account for those.
They don't account for them.
I think Grinch is definitely winning. Jack Frost, he was putting it on. That Jack Frost you provided for us has a very big cut.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck this thing. Jack Frost to me is a snowman who's either like warm-hearted and played by Michael Keaton, or he rapes Shannon Elizabeth in a bathtub.
Well, Felk, I think then what you need to do is go and check the new Jack Frost link, because it might give you a little bit more clue to Jack Frost from the children's film, Rise of the Guardians. That's the Tooth Fairy that is pleasuring Jack Frost's enormous, engorged penis.
Hope Google puts you on a list for Googling that.
Yeah. So this Jack Frost
It'll
is saying,
put us on a list because I'm doing it through the Cool Boys.
You're good.
Yeah,
And
we all
something
log into
sucking
that.
His dick. He has nice fucking white pubes. Very nice.
Very
but no
nice.
ball hair. I love it.
Jack Frost.
Yeah. I'm still going with Grinch as having the biggest dick out of these 3.
I don't want to look at these photos anymore. I'm closing them.
You
Grinch
heard it,
wins.
folks. That's it. Grinch wins. Grinch has the largest penis out of all of these ding-dongers.
Cool Boy Nation, tell us about any of your most loved or hated 12 films of Christmas. Also, if you have any questions or any more insight into our 12 films of Christmas, then let us know. Let's see how fast I can do this. I'm going to do this as quickly as possible. New episodes of The Cool Boys come out every Tuesday. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at Cool Boys Podcast. Join our Facebook group. It's The Cool Boys Podcast. Email us at thecoolboyspodcast@gmail.com. Like and subscribe to us on YouTube. You can find us on YouTube by searching for The Cool Boys Podcast. Rate and review us on iTunes as The Cool Boys Podcast. Donate to us on Patreon to receive additional episodes of The Cool Boys After Dark and a Cool Boys shout out on normal episodes that air every Tuesday. You can find The Cool Boys on Patreon, www.patreon.com/coolboyspodcast. Thank you for listening. Happy holidays, Cool Boy Nation. Until next time, it's Bozzies from Frosty the Felt Man.
That's Bozzies from Silver Bells Ballard.
And that's Bozzies from North Pole Smoker Nolan. I still don't understand why you guys have such hetero names and I'm the gay one. Because you guys are clearly gay as well.
You know, you're implying...
Frosty the Felkman? That's so fucking PG. And Silver Bells Ballard? It's not even Silver Balls Ballard. It's Silver Bells. That's G-rated. How come I got the fucking R-rated name?
I have a theory.
I don't deserve this. What's your theory? Lay it on me.
That we're straight and you're bisexual.
Oh.
That's why I show you a perfect female form like Angela White Christmas. And you're like, no, too chubby. But then you're like, oh, I like rail thin 14-year-old boy body like Keira Knightley.
Oh, yeah, perfect.
You know, but
can you guys please fuck for episode 100?
I told you I'm a power bottom.
And I'm a power top.
Happy holidays, Cool Boy Nation.
You are an outstanding American boy.
You've excelled in all things.
I pump while I dump. Oh, yeah.
So cool.
Oh, yeah. So cool.
Oh, yeah.
So cool.
Oh, yeah.
This episode of the Cool Boys Podcast was brought to you by... Hi, Ballard.
Hey, guys.
Oh, God.
Alexa, Simon says Ballard has a huge cock.
Ballard has a huge cock.
Very nice.
And that's our Easter egg.
Get some
Cool Boys.
so serious.